Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. We're going to be talking about the Speedgrader here in Canvas. It's one of the best features about Canvas, as I'm sure you've heard many times. I'm going to try to show you why. When you land on your dashboard within Canvas, the first thing that hits you is you can go to one of your courses directly. You can also look at your to-do list, and one of the things that I have to do as a teacher is I have to grade 5 submissions in week 5, 5 submissions in week 5 introductions, I have to grade 5 week 2 reflections, I have to grade a week 8 Google Doc. Right? So I got quite a bit to do. I can jump right in and just start making it happen by clicking on the first thing in my to-do list. It'll automatically bring me right to the Speedgrader. If I don't want to do it that way, I can go back a step and I can click into my course. And my to-do list follows me just to let me know that I'm not going to get away without doing it. It's always going to be there somewhere. But I can also go into the assignments area. I could go into the module and click into assignments there, right? If I click into the discussion and then click on these 3 dots, remember the 3 vertical dots are the key to the world in Canvas. If I click on the 3 dots, I get the Speedgrader, and that brings me right to that particular assignment or discussion or quiz. That brings me right to that Speedgrader. The other way to do it, if you're looking for another angle still, you can go into assignments or quizzes or discussions or whatever particular asset you're looking at here in the navigation bar, and just click into it. Again, you can click into the activity, whatever it is, and always on the right hand side you'll see Speedgrader. It'll bring you right to that particular activity. So as I go through, it looks like I have, let's take a little tour here of what all these icons mean. I'm going to get into one that has a few extra activities in it. So I'm going to go back to my dashboard, or go back to my home. And this one, let's go to the week 1 introductions. So my toolbar along the top here, if I hover long enough, it'll tell me what it is. So this will bring me to the grade book. This will allow me to post or hide the grades. For now, I want to hide them. And this brings out a drawer, and I have to read through it, make sure I agree with it, and then I click hide for now. Because one of the things, remember, we've talked about it in other videos, if you post your grades immediately, the student gets a notification immediately, they're going to look at their grade immediately, and then if you change it, it's going to lead to confusion. So it's better if you can not do that. Here's my settings wheel, my gear wheel, that gives me whatever options I want to have. So I have, I can sort my student lists, I can hide student names in the Speedgrader if I want to have anonymous grading. And I can also sort them by the date that they submitted, by the student name, or by the submission status. I'd like to do it by submission status because then I get all my needs grading first. And I've said this in other videos, I really like to have mine, I like to have that set up immediately where it gives a 0 if it's not handed in on time. That way the student automatically gets that 0. They know the impact that not turning in that grade will give to them, to their final grade. Again, with the gear settings here, you can do keyboard shortcuts. I've not used them because I never need to, and then I can always reach out for help here as well. And this brings me right to the Canvas Guides area where I can look up grades and anything else that I could possibly think of that might go wrong. This reminds me what class I'm in, when I assigned a due date, what course it is, what the assignment is, what the assignment actually is itself. So that's really handy because when you have a lot of classes and a lot of students, I know that I sometimes forget what I'm grading. This tells me how many have been graded. This tells me what the average is for those that have been graded. And this one tells me what number of the total am I working on. So this is student number 2 out of 7. If I go to the next student, it'll be student number 3 out of 7. The back arrow just brings me back to the student just before. This is the student's photograph if they've uploaded one. This is the student's name. If I click on the student's name, I can go to that student. And if I can click on any particular student that I want to. This drop-down list also gives me the list of students, and then of course there's a forward arrow if I want to navigate to someone else in the group. And then it actually comes down into the how to actually grade. So let me go back to, let's see, I'll go back to Laura. This is her submission. I'm going to give this post, I don't know, use the rubric. I'll let the rubric decide. I'll give it a 2. I'll give it a 3. I'll give it a 3. I'll give it a 0. And then I'll write a comment saying, "Hi, Laura. Thanks for posting. This is just a phony baloney grade, so don't panic." So one of the coolest things about this is that you can trade comments back and forth. So I'm going to check my mic, select the mic that I want to use. I'm going to make sure that I'm okay with my webcam on. This is my daughter's background. I apologize. I would normally be in front of my library or have a curtain behind me, but I didn't put it up. So when I'm ready, I just click start recording. It's as easy as that. And I say something along the lines of, "Hey, Laura, thanks so much. I'm really glad that you posted this week. Make sure that you're checking in with other classmates, asking more questions. Watch out for grammar usage and mechanics issues. Make sure that you refer to the articles as you're posting. Other than that, you're doing a great job. Thanks so much. I look forward to learning more from you. Take care." And then I click finish. And if I can live with it, I click save. If I want to check it, I click. So I listen to the whole thing, I decide I like it, or I start over. If I like it, or I can at least live with it, I click save. It does take a couple of minutes. And you can see that I've done it a couple of times in the class here. And then you're all set. It's submitted, and off we go. You can also download your submission comments if you want to save them for later. And that, as they say, is that. Let me know what questions you have about the Speedgrader, and I look forward to working with you in our new home. Take care.